Lassiter, aka Big Brad the Rock, with another edition of the movies I bought, November 2015 edition. Now, I will say this was a very busy month, and December is probably going to be even more busy, and because this is the holiday season, so I had a lot of work this month, and it's been really stressful. But I managed to pick up a couple of movies or two. So I'm doing Black Friday, so. But let's get into the movies I bought in November 2015. Now, what I'm going to do differently this time is I'm going to go through all the newer movies that I bought on Blu-ray. Then I'll go through all the old movies, as well as all the movies I bought during Black Friday. So now let's start with the newer movies I bought. Now, first up, at the beginning of the month, I bought Inside Out. If you see my review of this movie, you know how I feel about this movie, but I absolutely love this film. This is easily one of my top 2 favorites of the year, and I like this Blu-ray. I haven't gotten the chance to put it in and look at it a second time or whatever, or let alone look at some of the special features on there, but I got this, and it came with some of the character cards of some of the characters, like anger, sadness, fear, disgust, and joy. Obviously, I like the one with anger, because I don't know, I'm not an angry person, it's just I like the way anger looks. But yeah, but it's Pixar. This is probably one of the best in a long time, and I'm pretty sure it's a pretty good Blu-ray conversion, but I'm going to pop this in at some point and look at it though. But yeah, I just had to get this, because I love this movie so much that I love it. So. Now, for the next one I'm about to pull out, I know what you're probably thinking. Why would I buy this movie if I didn't like it? Well, to be fair, it had some redeeming qualities, and the only reason I have it is because I had the other movies, and I'm a completist when it comes to collecting movies. So I want to get every movie in the franchise, no matter how good or bad it is. So I bought Terminator Genisys. I popped this in as a pretty good conversion. I actually seen this a second time, and it wasn't as bad. It's still not perfect though, but pretty good though. And like I said, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was not the problem with this movie, and it's pretty good in the movie. But popped at some of the special features, so I could look at some of the interviews, because I wanted to hear them BS their way through the interviews and try to even justify this movie. And so yeah, but yeah, if you like this movie, awesome. So I would recommend getting this, but if you didn't, then don't get it. I'm just saying, I'm a completist, so I got it. Next up, a movie that I didn't see in theaters, but I got the chance to watch it and bought it on Blu-ray, and that is Trainwreck. Now, right now, my favorite comedy of the year so far is Spy, but this comes in a close second. It wasn't as funny as everyone was making it out to be, but it was a pretty funny movie, so that's a pretty good purchase. And Amy Schumer, she's hilarious in the film. I can't wait to see what she does next in the future. I hear she's doing a movie with Jennifer Lawrence, a running movie with Jennifer Lawrence. I can't wait to see how that pairing works out, but yeah, Trainwreck, if you've seen it, it's pretty funny. And then last of the newer movies I have is a movie I actually just bought today, and that is American Ultra. Now, I have not seen this movie, and everyone's talking about how funny this movie is, and I saw that it had a relatively low rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't care. Everyone says it's funny though, but I don't know, we'll see. But when I saw the trailers, I was curious, but I didn't get a chance to see it because of, money at the time. I had to allocate what I can and could see, but I'm gonna pretty much look at this at one point and watch it and probably have myself a good laugh. But and now to the older movies. Well, some of these are not old, but they're just not new. You get the point. Next up, we have probably Josh Trank's first film, which is Chronicle. Now, we all know Josh Trank, he went on to direct that abysmal Fantastic Four movie that we've gotten recently. But this is his first film, Chronicle, which is a found footage genre on a take of the origin story of superhero movies, and how 3 kids, they got telekinesis powers, and it has Michael B. Jordan, who is in the Fantastic Four movie, so Josh Trank, so But yeah, when I saw this movie the first time, I actually liked it. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to look at this on Blu-ray, but I'm pretty sure it's a good conversion. And I'm not the biggest fan of found footage movies. Well, I won't say that. It's just, it depends on what it is. And usually the found footage genre, it's mainly when it's done in a horror movie angle that I get fatigued from. But when it's done in a different way, in a creative way, kind of like this was, which was pretty much a superhero film, I'd say pretty good use of the found footage, though. And Dane DeHaan in this movie, he is great in this film, though. Yeah, if you haven't gotten this on Blu-ray, go ahead, copy. Now, I have Mary Poppins on Blu-ray, but I have not gotten Saving Mr. Banks on Blu-ray until now, and I finally got it. And if you don't know what Saving Mr. Banks is, it's the story about how Mary Poppins got made, and it's the story between Walt Disney and P.L. Travers, who is the author of the Mary Poppins books. And this was a pretty damn good movie, and I wish they make more movies about this, about how a movie got made. And this is a pretty good story. So, and it's also kind of also essentially honoring Walt Disney. So, if you like Mary Poppins, you will like this movie. If you're interested in how that movie got made, you will love this movie. So, yeah. Next up, I could not wait until they finally put these movies on Blu-ray. I've waited for the longest time. These were the 2 Michael Bay movies that were not on Blu-ray, but he finally did, and that is Bad Boys 1 and 2. They finally released this. Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2. Probably my absolute favorite Michael Bay films, next to some of the Transformers films and Pain and Gain. But yeah, Bad Boys 2 is mainly my favorite Bad Boys film, and probably one of my favorite action films of all time, because Bad Boys 2, it was my first introduction to Michael Bay, though, and easily one of my favorite Will Smith performances and Martin Lawrence performances. And I pretty much looked at these on Blu-ray. The special features are pretty much all the same as the DVD, and they're pretty good conversions too, so yeah. Now, I am part of the Disney Rewards program, and so whenever I get a Disney movie, I get a code and I enter in and I get reward points, and I can buy a bunch of free stuff like movies or usually stock or whatever. And among them, they had The Emperor's New Groove on Blu-ray, and I finally got it off of Disney Rewards. Now, I came across New Groove. I don't care about that. That's straight to DVD. But The Emperor's New Groove, I remember I saw this in theaters when I was young. I wore the VHS tape out, and I still love it to this day. It was a pretty good animated conversion on Blu-ray. It was great. Now, my only gripe about this Blu-ray is there's no special features, but hey, I can do without. I can still have fun with this movie. Now, this movie was not part of the Disney Renaissance, but you know, after the Disney Renaissance, it was kind of hit or miss. I'd say this movie was a pretty good hit though. So, yeah. Now we finally get to my Black Friday haul. Now, the first 2 movies I'm going through, I got them at Target. I didn't get them I didn't get them on sale. They were still at regular price, but I still got them anyway. Now, first I had Law Abiding Citizen on DVD. I can give that away or whatever, but now I have Law Abiding Citizen on Blu-ray and on Steelbook, to be specific. I haven't picked this on Blu-ray yet, but I'm pretty sure it's a good version though. But yeah, I love this movie. One of my favorite Gerard Butler performances. Good performance by Jamie Foxx, and pretty good crime thriller though. If you haven't seen this, watch this. Very underappreciated film. The second movie I got from Target at regular price, and one of my favorite Denzel Washington performances, is American Gangster. This is the movie about Frank Lucas. I got it right because I call him Frank Castle. Well, Frank Lucas about Frank Lucas and Russell Crowe playing the guy that wanted to take Frank Lucas down. He's really an OG gangster, but probably one of my favorite Denzel Washington performances. Easily one of his best. And great film. Like, if you haven't seen this film, check it out. And one of the better Ridley Scott films, and one of the best modern day gangster films of the past decade or so. Now, I like the Kick-Ass films, and I didn't get them on Blu-ray, and I got them at Walmart for $3 and something. So I have Kick-Ass 1 and Kick-Ass 2. Kick-Ass, very pleasant surprise of 2010. And it's directed by Matthew Vaughn, who went on to direct X-Men First Class and Kingsman. Now I have not all of them, but the 3 main Matthew Vaughn movies that everyone knows him for, which is Kick-Ass. And Kick-Ass 2, I enjoyed. It was a step down from Kick-Ass 1, but still a very enjoyable film. But now I can pretty much add these to my comic book movie collection, so now I have them. Now, aside from Rocky, one of my favorite boxing movies of all time is The Fighter, which has Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg. It's the real life story of a very good story, and it's directed by David Russell. And a lot of people, ever since Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle, people tend to forget that David Russell, he directed this film, and in my opinion, I think this is his best film. Now, granted, I did enjoy Silver Linings Playbook. I love that movie. American Hustle, I feel like that movie was a little overrated, and just because of who was in it, everyone was just praising that film, and yeah. But we got Joy coming up, which has Jennifer Lawrence. I'm curious about that film, but I think this is David Russell's best film, and this is one of my favorite boxing movies of all time. Great story, so yeah, had to get this on Blu-ray. Got it at Walmart for $3. And then last but not least, I have a DVD now, and I have Babe Pig in the City. I have the very first Babe movie on DVD, and then I saw this, and I was like, well, I have the first Babe on DVD. Might as well get this too, Babe Pig in the City. Now, I grew up with the first Babe, and I remember I saw Babe Pig in the City, like, it was eons ago. I haven't seen it since. But I've heard people say that this is good, and ironically, recently I found out that this one was directed by George Miller, which is really interesting, considering he directed this, and he went on to direct the Happy Feet movies, and he directed the Mad Max films, and it's very different from what we know him for. But at some point, I'm gonna cop this and look at it, and I'm sure it's a good film. I think I'll enjoy it the same way I enjoyed it years ago. But Yeah, so Baping in the City, had to get this since I have the first Bape, so now I have both Bape movies. And those are the movies I bought in the month of November 2015. So what do you think of some of the movies I bought? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you think they were good purchases? Let me know in the comment section below. That's it for today. If you like what you see, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my other channel. The links are in the description below. And be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Movie Pilot, and Periscope. Peace.